to secure a win. We've got a warehouse spawn in the north for Ascension and shipping spawn for Godar. An early infantry portal, so it looks like they're going for early aggression. That usually implies a lot of shifting through walls. I don't know what that means. So a second infantry portal implies that they're actually predicting to take a lot of losses. They're going to take a lot of damage and lose a lot of marines, and the infantry portal is there to prepare for that. It's certainly not something you see every game, certainly not instantly. And I think that's going to imply a lot of aggression, a lot of pushing, just getting straight into the north, dealing with platform. You can see Ascension right now, they're a little bit slower, a little bit more hesitant, and they haven't taken anywhere near as many harvesters. And I'm wrong about the Lurk upgrade, they have gone Crag upgrade. Bonage in with the Godar player here, Rilo. Nice one from him. Yeah, I'm pretty happy that they didn't actually go for the Lurk, because I'm sure Godar would have predicted that, and perhaps they predicted it and have actually spent T-Res to invest into countering that, and that might cost them. Icebolt gets tagged in the vent. Good job from Neza actually realising there was a player there, but Vulcan Rilo steaming straight through into hub, and Scatter and actually Jekt as well might get through into logistics, into shipping, might be prepared for a base rush here. They're going for an extractor, which is smart. It's a pretty safe decision. It's a higher risk doing to the base, but there's potential for higher reward as well. Jekt, fantastic double bite kill into elevator transfer, and Vulcan Rilo can go as aggressive as they like, but they're going to lose all their extractors on the bottom left of the map. Fantastic job from Neza getting a kill in logistics, securing them the RT kill there. Elevator transfer is going to go down as well, and Vulcan Rilo, they're a huge issue right now, but looks like Ascension are doing a really good job of staying aggressive. All processing as well is actually being countered by Icefelt. So these guys are sort of being countered here. They're sort of being stuck in the bottom right, and they're not gonna have the harvesters they need to get an early lurk out from the P-res. But they're doing a good job of sort of emulating that on the marine side as well. So we got 1v1 Jekt versus Grissi. Jekt with the pistol comes out and does get taken out. It's unfortunate. A kill there would have been very successful for them. Vulcan Rilo pushing into platform. There's no Crag, but they are spanning the mucus membrane onto the harvester. Bonage with the Gorge goes straight into these guys. He's sat right in the middle of them. MF, Scatter, and Neza, all with the Gorge heal wave on them. Scatter and Neza ending that fight with full health, but MF goes down, which is unfortunate for him. But no harvesters lost, I don't believe, for the alien side, and the aliens have killed too. So this is pretty nice, especially at the 2-minute mark. They're doing all right, but we need to see these aliens get through and do more damage, because right now the Marines are sitting on 4. And at this point, it was actually Ascension only have 2, but I believe Godar had about 3 or 4 at this point, if you consider the previous game. So 70% of this extractor, Rilo crouching in, which means he's going to surprise Neza. He's actually going for the sprint now, so he might not surprise him quite as much as I thought. 46%, he probably won't get the kill on this extractor, but sending it down to 30% health is going to be pretty effective, especially for the next kill. And you can see 1v1, didn't go for the kill. Pretty smart, although I think the likelihood of killing the extractor was low. Scatter and Slayer. Slayer doing a great job of walking, not running, trying to catch up onto Grissi, but does get caught out with the line of sight there. Grissi sees him. Jekt coming in, flying through with a high speed, missing a couple of bites. Slayer comes in and finishes him off. Icefelt 1v1 up against Bonage the Gorge, but Rilo coming in to defend. And it looks like Mezzanine is going to be for the Marine side, or at least neither side. And a server room was dropped and built, but they need to protect this because this is extremely vital. We must be seeing these early lurks right now. We've got to be seeing the lurks come in at the 3.5-minute mark. They've got to be as quick as possible. You've got Scatter and an egg, and Icefelt actually loses his teammate, Rilo. And now it's a 1v1 Bonage versus Icefelt, and let's see how confident Bonage is feeling. In pub play 1v1, Gorge versus Marine is a pretty fair fight, but in these kinds of plays you'll get so many med packs it won't even be close. You'll take out the Gorge every time. Jekt coming in with that lurk, fantastic, and then you've got the lurk already almost fully healed by the Gorge. This is the power of the Gorge lurk combo. Neza 1v1 up against Valk. Actually, Neza loses position on Valk, but does catch up, takes him out, and then fantastic job from Bonage. This is the another advantage of the Gorge. As soon as you take map control, you've got the Gorge to heal up all the cysts and buildings quickly, and minimise the amount of time that you don't actually have this stuff built. Jekt fantastically finishing off the extractor he left on 30% health, and might get away, might get finished off, doesn't go for the vent. Probably smart, Icefelt might have tagged him. And Joe going for the extractor. This is great aggression. This is exactly what we need. We need to see someone on these two in the bottom left as well. And all processing is another extractor we need to see taken out. Godar on a lot of extractors. We need to see more harass, because right now they're going to be steaming through upgrades. It's going to be taking a lot of T-res, I think. I think overall Ascension can still take the advantage, but I think they're in a weak position. Right now they've only got 1 lurk and a Gorge. And then there's 3 of them on 30 P-res, so they're clearly saving for a couple of fades and an Onos, or perhaps 1 fade if they're feeling very brave, and a double Onos. If they can get to that point in the game, I think that might be a win. But right now, the Marines, they don't have any armor upgrades. They've only got weapons 1. They've got no shotguns. And this is the point where the aliens are strong. And from this point, they're only going to get weaker, relatively, to the Marines. This needs to be the point where they take combat and win it. You can see they do lose a shell to the Valk Mundas push. These guys recklessly pushing in here, just doing massive damage to the shell. It's only on 12%. Valk with the reload goes straight for it and 1% on the shell. I can't believe how lucky the aliens just got. And that's actually critical. If they'd lost that, there would have been 20 T-res. That would have been a huge difference to the position the aliens are in right now. Looks like Bonage is still on his gorge, so we can heal that up. That's very nice. Very, very nice from Ascension. Just in time to save that. But these guys are so aggressive. You can see this double AP is really paying off. They've got no armory, so that even if they take any damage, they're straight up just going to die and respawn. That's really mad. I can't believe how aggressive these guys are going. Valk in position to take out MF, and Scatter with the 1v1 right now. Icefall coming to back him up. You can see Scatter is pretty safe right now. He's running out of energy in terms of flight, but his health is always going to be very high with that Gorge backing him up. And Scatter comes in to try and back up Slayer, but a little bit late there. That's actually Slayer on the command share getting out and trying to deal with these guys. The Scatter's now got up against 3 Marines, even with a Gorge. That's too many Marines to take on. You can see there he's taking huge amounts of damage. Bone is running out of energy in terms of heal spray, and Scatter is forced to go back to the hive. There's no tunnel exit, so there's no connection to back him up. And the whips weren't enough to save the Gorge. You can see Godar right now, they're just so successful at pushing. You've got Slayer and the Comtier dropping eggs because they were perhaps running out, although I'm not quite convinced by that. Mendes prepared to push into the hive and take out that shell. You can see these double pushes. Rilo and Grissy on the Harvester. Valk, actually this is a triple push. Valk taking a 1v3 in the south side of the exit from the hive spawn, and Mendas on the top left as well. MF in the corner, jumping down. Very nice positioning and timing from MF taking that kill. Weapons 2, armor 1. Going to be completed soon for Godar though, so you can see just how effective these upgrades, how quickly they're coming along because of the sheer amount of extractors they've got. A little bit of a base push from Jekt, Slayer and Mendas. Mendas jumped out, get 1 kill, gets 2 kill on Slayer. And Bonage and MF are now in the base. You got actually, if they get the kill here, this is actually going to be pretty damn good. Scatter needs to be taken out Valk very quickly. It does not quite quick enough, and Icefall on the respawn as well. And they've done a lot of damage. If they don't weld this stuff up, the base is vulnerable. Armory is going down. But that's exactly what we need to see. That was good. If they can pull this kind of stuff off more effectively, that could actually win them the game, or at least turn the game around a little bit. You can see the T-Res investment though. There's no Crag here. In fact, there's no Craggers anywhere. And this is the difference between the two teams. Finally, we're seeing the double fade play with Bonage going Gorge as well. So this could be the game changer. There's no shotguns. They are just upgrading them. So they got perfect timing on the shotguns from Godar. Scatter 1v1 up against Rilo. There's a lot of medpacks coming in, and medpacks are the bane of every lurk. Huge damage. Scatter gets taken up by the last pistol shot. And Slayer comes in from the comm chair. Very little comming from Slayer anymore. He feels like he needs to get into combat and take these guys on himself. Perhaps that's an indication of his frustration with this team, or perhaps he really feels that that's the best position for him right now, especially if you're running out of T-Res. I think that's maybe a good call. Get out the chair and see what you can do. You've got Jekt versus Valk, so the fades are finally getting out. It's clearing up the Marines that they've been struggling with all game. But once you get the fades out, you run out of skulks. That means the res harass is going to be very weakened. This needs to be Nez's priority. And the fades need to make sure that their priority is actually clearing these skulks, making sure that they can kill as many extractors as they have time for. Triple shotgun push into hub. Phase gates looks like phase gate's going to go into hub just about here. Looks like they're going for the power node. Phase tech upgrade is about 90% done. Scan goes down onto all processing, so whilst they're waiting for the phase gate upgrade, looks like they want to push. Mendath, Icefall and Grissy. They killed they killed the weapon. The Crag is now actually built there. MF is forced to go back into defense. It looks like he's actually rotating. Maybe making... No, I thought he was making space for a base push, but I'm not convinced that that's going to be the way forward. Looks like they're trying to repair him their room as well. MF and Jekt coming in onto Valk. Valk gets taken out with a shotgun on the ground and a mucous membrane, triple mucous membrane. That's a lot of T-Res investment for a fight. You can see the whip. What am I talking about? Phase gate's gone down in hub, and they're clearing up the phase gate and repair him. Nice recycle. They're saving them some money. Loads of shotguns on the ground right now. Godar with loads of P-Res and shotguns. Ascension in a lot of the trouble right now. You can see they're making a play for repair him. Icefall and Rilo. Shotgun defense on the extractor, but they've got all the aliens right now, apart from the commander who's there even with a drifter. So we've essentially got 6 people in this room. Icefall gets taken out. Really nice team job from this alien team. Very well done, clearing those 2 shotguns. And if they keep clearing up shotguns, this is going to be pretty costly for the Marine team. If they can clear 2 waves of shotguns, they're going to be left with only rifles. You see the Gorge Tunnel, nice. Gorge Tunnel in to repair him, forcing the map control. They're going to have to defend it though if they want to keep it. MF and Jack pretty healthy on their fades, but the shotgun comes in. Rilo up against the Gorge, will get taken out in about 3 shots. Mendas and Valk in a good position to hold this room. And a little bit of lag there. Tunnel probably will go down. Gets taken out very quickly by the Weapons 2 shotguns. So if you look at the extractors right now, Godar are only on 3. That's pretty good. They're going to retake repair room, but they might lose elevator transfer. Depends how quick Icefelt is. And this game is all about resources. Right now, the resources have kind of been spent. Godar are in a good position, but that doesn't mean you can give up on the resources. You can see a nice job from MF taking out a shotgun. And it looks like finally we're going to get a bit of biomass from the hives for the alien side. Great job. They finally got a position on the phase gate. But Val coming in from repair room takes out the Skulk, and the Skulk is the building damage, which means this phase gate's a lot more safe now. Mendas comes out. 2 fades. They haven't got much building damage, but they are getting the mucous membrane support. And Scatter on the Skulk, who's doing all the damage to this phase gate. You can see the I think the 2 fades equal about 1 Skulk there. Very nice job. It looks like they lost the lurk, and we saw that pistol shot up in mezzanine, but they've only got 2 fades and a bunch of Skulks. And these Skulks need to get on top of the res right now. Replacement phase gate. Prepared in hub. Grissy, Volk and Rilo have all got shotguns, and Icefelt there with a rifle as well building. Jex on his fade killing an extractor. Maybe hoping to bait these guys into repair and wants to go for a base push, or going for the safer option of the extractor whilst the Marines push them. If the Marines are going this aggressive, you need to take a bit more of a risk than going for observation, I think. And right now, if they can force a beacon, that would be pretty damn nice, especially with the potential for a phase gate in server room. I'm trying to look at the map right now. You've got 2 Skulks pushing into shipping and 1 Skulk fade in repair room near hub. Really nice job from a double Skulk and fade push, and nice, they forced the beacon. Looks like server room wasn't quite built in time. It's only on 8%. Really nice done from Ascension. That was perfect. Forcing the beacon just at the right time, but they're not in position to deal with the server room phase gate. And it looks like they're going to reinforce and build that. And if they can get that map control, that's going to be significant. It's going to put Ascension in a really weak spot. Looks like they're trying to assist up repair room. MF trying to defend the door. Ject. Double fade onto Volk here, and they're outnumbering him, but they don't want to take him on. Looks like they're rotating around, trying to get behind him, trying to get to the phase gate, trying to get to the room. Where are they going? And they're trying to clear the passageway. If they can clear Mendas, that gives Scatter an opportunity to get into the base. But that's not going to be particularly significant, especially as Scatter is retreating and they got the phase gate from server room, hub, and shipping. Good job from Nezra and Bonus taking on this extractor. Whip coming up. Bonus 1v1 up against Volk. His shotgun is way too effective for them. Takes on 2 Skulks. The Marines are actually slowing down on upgrades because the aliens have been doing pretty damn good on extractors. You can see they've only got weapons to armor 1. And they've been going pretty aggressive, but they've been losing extractors for it, and that's exactly what the aliens need to be doing. Jack takes a huge amount of damage. They need to be very careful up against this shotgun. Weapons 2 is a lot of damage. Weapons 2 shotgun's going to take off a lot of health from Jekt and MF. Bonus, Scatter and Nezza, the 3 Skulks. Looks like they're actually pioneering here, going straight ahead. Jekt coming in from the side, flanking, and then this looks like a triple kill. Very nice from these guys. Finally clearing up Grissy, although Grissy does get a kill onto Nezza, who was a Skulk with 60 P-res. So they did go the double fade, as I mentioned, which means they've saved just enough for 1 Onos, and Scatter can easily go Gorge. Bonus can go Gorge. They've got a couple of options. Actually, Scatter could go Lurk. So right now, Ascension are kind of in the back foot, but they've got the potential. They can still win this. They've got 2 fades still alive, which is fantastic. They've got an Onos P-res available, and they've got enough for a Lurk as well. Nezza has gone Onos. Let's check out where he is. Probably up here. Scatter and MF. Hopefully backing him up for a hub push. If they can clear these phase gates, this could actually be a game changer. Vulcan repair him 1v1 up against... is that Jekt? Yep. Does scare him off with 1 shotgun blast. This is quite tense now. Nezza, he's a huge factor in this game. Looks like hub was completely undefended. Phase gate is pretty much doomed. No onus upgrade though means he's got no charge. Makes him very vulnerable to long range fights, especially in hub, where these long corridors are a nightmare. up against Marines. Bonus comes in to try and finish off Valkyries on the reload on his shotgun. Great job from these Fades, doing a fantastic job of clearing up Marines, forcing them to waste all the shotgun blasts. The Skulks come in and finish them up. And the 15 T-res damage is significant. Like, they're going to take Hub back, and they've got 6 extractors, but doing that damage is pretty significant. And it looks like it allowed Bonus to get through into logistics, so this is difficult to call right now. They're going for Arc upgrade. If they can Arc Warehouse from North Tunnel, that'd be pretty significant. Looks like Jekt flanking Grissi, who's only got a rifle. MF and Jekt looks like they've actually done it. Server room might be vulnerable. 2 Fades. Oh, no, it's on the phase gate. This is really nice. They've taken out this phase gate. They're going to have to run to save it. They've actually sold it. Mendasp, Vulcan Icefort with a Mac. Nice Mac. That'll give them combat weld, and then none of them will have to actually stop and actually do it. But they're bringing the Marines in to try and reflect the fact that they just lost the phase gate. Jekt comes in from behind Valk, gets a couple of swipes, and then misses a couple more and takes a lot of damage. And is actually in a pretty bad position right there. He could have been flanked by Icefelt and Grissi, could have been caught out and taken out, but these guys got backed up. And an armory was dropped, trying to stop this Onos, but it's gone now. Valk is in a really bad position. He couldn't get flanked very easily by MF. Shotgun misses, doesn't quite do enough to finish him off. And no phase getting server room. They do drop the blueprint just then. And that's probably bait. Hopefully they're thinking the Onos will waste maybe a couple of seconds going there, and they need those couple of seconds to reinforce Hub. If they're smart, they'll just leave it there. Just leave it there. Don't touch it. It's 15 T-res they'll have no access to for a long time. Scan goes down. Power is down. Hub is ready. No Arc Factory yet. Mendas and Valk, they finish off a Drifter, which is nice. MF comes in with his Fade. And again, well, Scatter's on 40 P-res. I'm not sure he's waiting for. They don't need 3 Fades, so I think a Lurk could have been good, especially with a Lurk upgrade, but they need the second Hive for that. This is a very difficult one to call. Sincerely, Godar have the advantage, but Ascension are in a good position to completely turn this around. If they can clear shotguns and phase gates, this could be a game changer. And just like this, Hub's almost undefended. Icefelt long range, but we've only got a rifle, which means MF comes in with the reload and clears them up. Neza, MF and Jekt going to take this phase gate out. Rilo, and they spotted him. Very good job from MF and Jekt, spotting Rilo just in time. Fantastic, they've taken him out, and that's Hub gone. Server room isn't built. They've actually sent a Mac there to finish it up with Grissi. And Neza's doing a huge amount of damage to this robot factory. MF and Jekt need to get into server room, though, and try and clear up platform. Oh, they're doing such a great job on extractors, but there's so many that are built. They had 6 just then, and they've got 5 plus 1. Neza running out of energy. Armor 2 is started, so they're actually somehow affording upgrades, despite losing a lot of phase gates and a lot of shotguns. Great job from Scatter, the Skulk, just hiding there, making sure he couldn't be hit, wasting Icefelt shotgun blasts. MF comes in from behind and clears him up. Mendas as well is actually on the reload. And I'm not sure what's happened there. He ran out of all his ammo. I was trying to watch that carefully and it swapped. That was very strange. MF and Jekt with the Onos. So these guys are doing a great job of keeping this Onos alive, and we've got a good amount of P-res as well. So we might be seeing a couple of fade losses right now. There's one overcommitment there and a bad positioning, but they can afford to replace Neza, though he's completely caught out. They can't afford to replace the Onos. That's going to be critical. That was really bad positioning here. This was not safe. If you're going to attack server room from here, you've got to be quick or they're going to come from behind and take you out. So they can afford to replace the fade. But actually, if they're smart, they'll let Bonage go fade if he's good enough. It's, you know, you have your guys that go fade because they're best at fade, and you have your guys that go gorge because they're, you know, best at gorge. Swapping that around at this point might be a little bit of a cost there. I'm hoping Scatter saves for the Onos and Bonage saves for a fade, and we'll be seeing cat packs. Very interesting. So this is something I want you to discuss before the game, but I didn't really have time. So the cat pack, jetpack, they're both pretty equal options against Onos and fades. Jetpacks are essentially a lot stronger, but a lot more expensive, especially in terms of P-res. But cat packs, in terms of T-res, are a lot more expensive, but they're pretty damn good too. Going for another Arc Factory. Well, they didn't upgrade it, but they're going for a Robot Factory. Armor 2's completed, and cat packs are significant. They're a huge amount of investment in terms of T-res, but if you get a couple of cat packs on Marines with shotguns, I think unkillable is one word I'd use, but also they do so much damage because the reload is damn quick. The cat packs are available. They're not actually backing up Icefelt with the cat pack. Actually, you can see I think he's a little bit faster. And you can tell by the reload speed. The reload speed is significant. Once the guy's got cat pack, you can see how fast he'll reload. And it's a T-res investment, but if it wins you fights and wins you rooms, that's definitely worth it. Looks like Valk long range shotgun blast onto this harvester. Not doing much damage. And Drifts will probably come in and Mucus Membrane that. And this is looking like it's Godar's game right now. It looks like they've taken on a couple of Extractors and built some of their own. So they've got all the res. They did a good job taking out a couple of Fades, or a Fade and an Onos. Bonage and MF coming in to repair him. You see they've replaced the Fade. Bonage with his Fade actually overcommitting there. Good job from the Skulks backing him up though, and he doesn't get taken out. And they fly past. Wow, all processing could have been a dangerous room to fly past. Scatter Inject in repair room, and they're building that Harvester. So that's pretty risky, but if they can build it up, that's going to be very valuable. Scatter Inject onto Grissy. Great job. Pistol from Grissy takes out those 2 Skulks. That's damn good job. Really impressive. And the Arc Factory is done. Looks like they're going to try and Arc all processing and warehouse at the same time. And all they've got to do is sort of hold this area here. And they can pretty much Arc 2 of the 3 rooms that actually all of them, because they're going to take repair room with those guys. So the aliens only have 2 rooms. They've got an Arc on one and an Arc on the other. And the aliens don't have Bile Bomb. Wow, that's a significant weakness for them. MF comes in early, gets a huge shotgun blast, comes back in. A lot of damage being done to the Marines and a nice clear up from the alien side, which gives them the opportunity to take out this deployed Arc. Deployed Arcs have less armor, in fact no armor, which makes them very vulnerable if they're undefended. So they do take out the Arc, very nice from them. Grissy and Mendas finally coming in and getting an armory up. There is no Onos, so the armory isn't quite as significant, but it certainly affects the Fades. So the Fades want to fly through, but if they hit the armory, they'll lose all their momentum. They'll lose all their speed, and that could be an opportunity to open up with a shotgun blast that takes off maybe 30% health. So the armory is still really valuable even without the Onos on board. And the Arc is pretty much going to try and win the game for them at this point. They're going to just essentially hold North Tunnels, and maybe it's a mistake for the aliens to concentrate on it. Maybe not, it's hard to call. But at this point, the Marines really want to fight in this room. And I thought they'd hold it, actually, but they've done a pretty bad job of defending that room, even with I mean, they've tried for an observatory, they've built a lot of armory and sentries, they're investing a lot of T-res into defending this room. But they're kind of losing. Bonage and MF, the 2 Fades, taking a lot of damage. Bonage is going to run out of energy, just as Rolo comes around the corner with a shotgun. Fantastic job from Bonage, very smart going around the corner. And it looks like Bonage has managed to retreat to the hive to heal up. They've still got the Fades alive, but the Arcs are actually finally involved, defended, and I think this might be a good game. Aliens are kind of running out of options at this point. They've had very little T-res. Harvesters down to 1, Shells going down, Godar on 7 Extractors. They'll probably be working on Weapons 3 very soon. And that was a tense game, but that was close, really. Godar had the advantage a lot of the time, but Ascension were definitely there with the opportunity to take the win. Good game is called. Wow. A lot of stuff in that game. A lot of stuff happened. I think if they could have kept that Onos up, protected it with the Fades a little bit better. This mezzanine push was a little bit short-sighted. They kind of got cornered and taken out from both sides. But that was a close game. And that's 2-0 to Godar. Oh, good game.